The Royal Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, or the RSPCA, is one of the UK's oldest and most respected charities. For generations, it has been synonymous with protecting animals, rescuing strays, and campaigning against cruelty. If you ask the average person, they'd probably tell you the RSPCA is a force for good, and for many animals, it has been. But dig a little deeper and you'll start to see cracks in that pristine image. Last year, the RSPCA underwent a major rebrand, unveiling a slick new logo and a promotional video centered around respecting all animals. It was bold, modern, and seemed to signal a more inclusive mission, an organization moving with the times. But does the RSPCA really practice what it preaches? The truth is, for an organization that says it protects all animals, the RSPCA doesn't always seem to live up to its own ideals. Rather, it should be renamed to the RSPCA, the Royal Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Some Animals. Let's start at the top, its royal connections. Historically, the RSPCA have boasted royal patrons, and back in May last year, the charity celebrated the news that King Charles was to become their new patron, the very same man who is a staunch supporter of fox hunting, calling it a traditional countryside activity, and has defended other blood sports as part of rural culture. It's hard to reconcile this then with the RSPCA's supposed mission to prevent cruelty to animals. How can you claim to protect wildlife while cozying up to a patron who actively supports hunting? We called this out at the time, saying you couldn't make it up. The animal abuser King Charles, who wanted fox hunting to remain legal, has become the new patron of the RSPCA. You know, that major charity that works to prevent cruelty to animals. It's almost laughable. And in response to our criticism, the RSPCA said, having a royal patron means that we're able to elevate the cause of animal welfare in the minds of the public and inspire more people to create a better world for animals. The breadth of our work is huge and our supporters are diverse, so we will not always agree on everything. To which we replied, you wouldn't see a racist become the patron of an anti-racist charity. You wouldn't see a sex offender become the patron of a child protection charity. But for some reason, it's totally okay to allow an animal abuser to become the patron of an animal charity. And it pains me to say it, but time has only proved us right. The RSPCA used to be a major player in anti-hunt campaigns. Back in the day, they were vocal critics of the barbaric practice and lobbied, of course, for the 2004 Hunting Act. And they did also prosecute illegal hunts, but lately, silence. They haven't touched the issue in years, despite widespread evidence of illegal hunting continuing under the guise of trail hunting. Instead, the RSPCA has launched, frankly, disturbing initiatives that literally promote the slaughter and abuse of animals. The charity has run for many years what they call the RSPCA Assured Scheme, supposedly a way of certifying what they call high animal welfare on farms. And in recent months, thanks to the tremendous work of groups such as Animal Rising and Animal Justice Project, undercover investigations have shown the RSPCA assured farms aren't really the idyllic places that they're made out to be.
They thought they could bury the first investigation, but now we've uncovered they are hiding something even bigger.
I don't think anyone should support this.
This is an RSPCA approved operation.
Something has to be done to stop this.
I don't actually want to watch it anymore.
There have been cases of shocking cruelty and neglect on these farms, raising serious questions about how robust their checks really are. And let's be honest, can you truly respect all animals while endorsing their slaughter for profit? I mean, their shiny ad that no doubt cost tens of thousands of pounds is frankly an insult to all the farmed animals that they've signed off to be killed. That's why it was great to see that in recent weeks, both Chris Packham, the wildlife presenter and conservationist, and Caroline Lucas, who of course is the former Green Party leader, resigned from the RSPCA roles in protest. Packham cited the organisation's lack of focus and weak leadership when it came to fighting wildlife crime. Lucas has been similarly critical of the RSPCA's unwillingness to take a firm stand on key animal rights rights issues.
Unspeakable cruelty, unspeakable savagery, and not something that in any way could be condoned. So I think at this point I've done everything I can on the inside to lobby for that reform. I haven't been able to get what I and Caroline and others wanted, and so very, very sadly I have no choice but leave and drive for those reforms from outside the charity.
I can imagine it must have been an incredibly hard decision for both of them to step away from the charity, and so I do commend them for doing so. Of course, they join Queen guitarist Brian May, who also made headlines after he decided to quit as their vice president due to what he called damning evidence of animal welfare findings. It's no coincidence that these resignations have come at a time when the RSPCA seems more interested in playing it safe than tackling the hard fights like illegal fox hunting, the badger cull, or factory farming. Is this a calculated decision to avoid upsetting their royal patrons or corporate backers, or is it simply a sign of a charity that's lost its way? The RSPCA's rebrand promised a fresh start and a commitment to respecting all animals, with the tune RESPCT playing in the background. But respect requires action. It requires actually standing up to powerful interests, whether they're landowners, royals, or industrial farming giants. Right now, though, the RSPCA seems more concerned with its public image than with being the fearless advocate for animals it once was. And it's such a shame. This video is in no way calling out the thousands of brilliant staff who work for the charity in so many vital capacities, and I would like to reiterate that the RSPCA still does such excellent work in rescuing and caring for animals. Their inspectors save countless animals from abuse and neglect every single year. But an organisation as big and as influential as the RSPCA, they have the power to do so much more. It could be leading the charge against hunting, factory farming, and wildlife exploitation, but instead it's sitting on the sidelines. The RSPCA is still a name that most people trust, but trust comes with responsibility. It's time for the RSPCA to decide what it really stands for. Is it a bold protector of all animals, or just another brand that says one thing and does another? If you care about this, let them know. Write to them, challenge them, and ask the hard questions. I'm really quite keen on this video to hear your comments and feedback, so do leave them down below. Am I being too harsh, too critical of the RSPCA, or do you agree with me? Do you think it's time the RSPCA developed a bit of a backbone on these issues and started doing more for all animals? As always, if you support what we're doing and are a fan of Protect the Wild and our video content here on YouTube, please do drop a subscription. It's totally free and means you'll never miss a future upload. If you like what we do and would like to support Protect the Wild, please consider a small monthly donation to fund our vital work. We do absolutely everything we can to protect British wildlife from those out to destroy it. From undercover investigations and animations seen by millions of people to funding hunt sabotage and year-round journalism, we're building a powerful community of like-minded people, and I'd love you to be a part of it.